February session, McNair County Commission now in session. Mayor Larry Smith presiding.
Next, Mr. Chairman, McCormick, lead us in prayer following the play with Aubrey Harris.
Let's pray. Lord, we want to tell you we love you so much and thank you for Jesus who died on the cross for our sins. And Lord, tonight we're here as the governing body of this county, Lord, to do the county's business. And I pray, Lord, that we would do things and say things that would edify you and bring honor and glory to you. Lord, we know that we're not always going to agree on everything, but one thing that we can do is to make sure that we temper everything we say with grace and with love. And God, I pray that tonight that your name will be glorified in all that we do. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I want to welcome everyone to the February 10th County Commission meeting. I'm going to ask clerk to call the roll, please.
Clay Garner. Here. Aubrey Harris.
Here.
David McCullough.
Here.
Chad Belton.
Here.
Terry McCormick.
Here.
Ryan Sid.
Here.
Pamela Carroll.
Here.
Tricia Underwood.
Here.
Keith Jernigan.
Here.
Jay Weatherford.
Here.
Adam Toll.
Here.
Brenda Colley.
Here.
Jimmy Ray.
Here.
Rex Davis.
Here.
Jeff Kelly.
Here.
Vicki Moore.
Here.
Brad Hunt.
Here.
Doug Knight.
Here.
Willie Tapp.
Here.
All righty, we do have a quorum, so we can continue with tonight's business. First item there is approval of agenda.
Motion approved agenda is presented. Second.
A motion by Willie Tapp, a second by Rex Davis to approve the agenda presented. Any question or discussion? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. All right, the next item is approval of minutes. You have a copy of the minutes from all the committee meetings and the last county commission meeting in your packet. I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Jimmy Ray, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Willie Tapp. Any questions, discussion, corrections? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the 5th District County Commissioner, and we do have two candidates for that have submitted letters to my office. Also at this time, I want to ask, is there anyone in the audience that would like to be considered for this 5th District County Commission vacancy? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to be considered for this 5th District County Commission vacancy? Okay, hearing none from the audience, you have two in your packet there. You have Alex Hill, going in alphabetical order, and Nick Teague that have submitted letters that you have a copy of in your packet. I'm going to allow Alex Hill first, alphabetical order. You got a few words you'd like to say to address the commission?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. How y'all doing? My name is Alex Hill, and I'm currently seeking to fill the vacancy on the county commission representing the 5th District. I'm a lifelong resident here in McNair County. I live in Shawali. I've lived there all my life. I am a Christian, a Republican, and a conservative, and that's what I believe. Those are my core values, and that's how I vote. I have 15 years of experience in emergency services as a paramedic and a volunteer firefighter here in McNair County. The reason I decided to run for this position is I want to see the county grow, and I want to see the county move forward in a positive direction. I do believe that it is our responsibility to build a good foundation for future generations here in McNair County. We should be building a better McNair County for our kids so that when they grow up, they will want to live here, work here, and raise their families here. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we all want. If you do decide to appoint me to this position, I will always vote for what I believe is going to be best for the people of McNair County and what's going to be best for my district. And I would consider it a great honor and a great privilege to be able to represent the people of the 5th District. Thank y'all so much for your time, and I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Nick Teague, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I'm a lifelong resident of Gravel Hill.
And I've been married to my wife Leah for 20 years, got 3 wonderful kids, Cooper, Hayes, and Harper, and I appreciate them being here tonight. I've got a bachelor's degree from UT Martin. I'm a farmer and manage a large row crop operation here in the county. And I'm responsible for a multi-million-dollar budget. I help plan that budget and execute it and make sure I work within that budget on a daily basis. I think that's invaluable experience to be able to work within this county's budget and be financially and fiscally responsible with the money. It's my belief that anybody that's elected or appointed to this position should be financially responsible and conservative in everything they do, working to the best interest of the people. This body must work with integrity and openness in everything they do with the people's tax dollars. Fully intend to work that way. Always be available to the people of the 5th District, to listen to their concerns, and always keep those in consideration on any vote before this body. I want to see McNairy County grow because of my kids and your kids. And I think we have a responsibility to make McNairy County as good as we can so that they have a reason to live here and make a life here where they've grown up. They're a future, and we ought to strive every day to make McNairy County better today than it was yesterday. So, folks, I believe the people of the 5th District want me to be appointed to this seat tonight, and I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
The process does require a nomination from a county commissioner for each of these candidates. Does not require a second, but they have to be nominated by a county commissioner. So I'll open the floor for nomination.
Mayor Smith, I'd like to nominate Alex Hill.
Okay?
Mayor Smith, I'd like to nominate Nick Teague.
Okay. Being duly nominated and everything out of the way, ready for the vote. Or, you know. Yes, sir. You call the roll.
11 votes.
You what?
Take 11 votes.
Takes 11 votes for, even though we only have, we're short 2 commissioners right now, it still requires 11 votes. It requires a majority vote of the county commission, which is 11 votes. So if you don't get 11 votes, we'll have to vote till we get 11 votes or whatever, but anyway. All right, if you would call the name and,
Clay Garner.
Teague.
Aubrey Harris.
Hill.
David McCullough.
Hill.
Chad Belton.
Teague.
Terry McCormick.
Hill.
Ryan Sisk.
Teague.
Pamela Carroll.
Teague.
Patricia Underwood.
Teague.
Oh my gosh, it's my best friend calling me again. I wonder if something's wrong. This is only the 12th.
Keith Jernigan.
Hill.
Jay Weatherford.
Hill.
Adam Tull.
Teague.
Brenda Colley.
Hill.
Jimmy Ray.
Teague.
Rex Davis.
Teague.
Jeff Kelly.
Hill.
Nikki Moore.
Abstain.
Brad Hunt.
Teague.
Doug Knight.
Hill.
Willie Tapp.
Hill.
have 9 to 9. Guess we'll try again. We'll try again. Call it over again. Start in the back this time.
Willie Tapp.
Hill.
Doug Knight.
Hill.
Brad Hunt.
Teague.
Nikki Moore.
Abstain.
Jeff Kelly.
Hill.
Rex Davis.
Teague.
Jimmy Ray.
Teague.
Brenda Colley.
Hill.
Adam Toll.
Teague.
Jay Weatherford.
Teague.
Keith Jernigan.
Hill.
Tricia Underwood.
Teague.
Pamela Carroll.
Teague.
Ryan Sears.
Teague.
Terry McCormick.
Hill.
Chad Belton.
Teague.
David McCullough.
Hill.
Aubrey Harris.
Hill.
Clay Garner.
Teague.
Candidate. Try again.
Clay Garner.
Teague.
Aubrey Harris.
Hill.
David McCullough.
Hill.
Chad Belton.
Teague.
Terry McCormick.
Hill.
Ryan Sears.
Teague.
Pamela Carroll.
Teague.
Patricia Underwood.
Teague.
Keith Jernigan.
Hill.
Jay Weatherford.
Hill.
Adam Toll.
Hill.
Brenda Colley.
Hill.
Jimmy Ray.
Teague.
Rex Davis.
Hill.
Jeff Kelly.
Hill.
Nikki Moore.
Hill.
Brad Hunt.
Teague.
Doug Knight.
Hill.
Willie Tapp.
Hill.
12-7.
Votes 12-7 for Alex Hill. Thank y'all. We appreciate both of your interest in serving the county. Mr. Hill, will you come forward?
Yes, sir.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will perform with fidelity
that I will perform with fidelity
the duties of the office to which I've been elected
the duties of the office of which I've been elected,
and which I'm about to assume.
of which I'm about to assume.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
to support the constitutions of Tennessee
to support the Constitution of Tennessee
and the United States,
and the United States,
and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of County Commissioner
and to perform the duties of County Commissioner
for the 5th District of McNair
for
County.
the 5th District of McNair County.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, the next item on the agenda is accept the resignation of 3rd District County Commissioner Jimmy Hollingsworth. You have a copy of the letter in your folder. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Harris, we have a second.
Second.
Second by Chad Belton. Any question or discussion? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is approval of notice of vacancy for the 3rd District County Commissioner spot. Is there a motion to approve the notice of vacancy?
So moved.
Motion by Jay Weatherford, second by Jimmy Ray. Approve the notice of vacancy for the 3rd District. Any discussion? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item is committee reports. You have a copy of you have the committee reports there in your packet from each committee, and Jay, we had a budget committee meeting, I know, and
Yes, sir. Tuesday night, February the 4th, we had a budget committee meeting. And first item on there was a THSO grant amendment for the sheriff's department, awarding an additional $10,000 for overtime on highway safety. There's usually not much conflict when somebody's giving you money, you usually approve it. So with a recommendation from the budget committee, I move that be approved.
So moved. Second.
okay, who made the motion? Rex Davis?
Break, second.
Second by Jeff Kelly. Approved. Any question or discussion about the motion? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Next item was a monitor for the county clerk's office to be purchased using restricted funds. For those that aren't familiar, most every office in the county has restricted funds that cannot be used, can be used simply for upgrading computer equipment, various other things in the office. So that is the only purpose for that funding. We approve that. The budget committee, I'll make a motion that that be approved for the county clerk's office for a total of, best I remember, $5270. Am I correct, Rob?
Well, that's scanning equipment and a monitor, so there's two.
Right.
Two
You
things
need them on
we're
two
gonna
different?
Yeah.
You need them on two different motions? I'll make a motion they both be approved, the scanning equipment and the monitor. With that scanning equipment, guys, he's getting these antiquated records of stacks and stacks of paper where you can search for one name.
Is that two different quotes?
That is two different quotes.
I'm trying to do two different ones.
It's coming from restricted funds, too, right?
Yes.
And it is coming from the same vendor.
Yeah.
Second.
For the motion from Jay to approve the clerk's office purchase the scanning equipment, any question or discussion? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Next item was the Register of Deeds was there that night, and it's also with, interested in scanning equipment. If I'm correct, they're gonna partner with the Archives Office. They have a lot of their documents already scanned in. This is a company, that, was gonna come help them scan that in, am I correct, Mayor? If I remember correctly.
We had to make sure that everything was gonna work together, that all the systems were gonna work together, and they do. But Archives and the folks that work in the Register's office are going to scan those documents in.
And this is at a cost of $100 per month, and that will be good until July 1 at the end of this budget year. That's as far out as we can appropriate dollars in the county anyway, so.
And it's restricted funds.
That was
Yes.
restricted funds too.
Yes. I move that be approved.
Motion, second by, oh, right. Any questions, discussion? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Next item that we discussed was the Mid-South Food Bank. Their USDA grant ran out currently. We're looking to find another source of income or have that reinstated. If anybody's been watching the news, I'm sure everybody has, but that may be why it had a temporary freeze on it. I do not know that, but we have a dire need to feed people in the county with this Mid-South Food Bank. The mayor can fill you in with more correct numbers. I'm pretty sure every month? Is it once a month, Mayor?
It's twice a month, it's first and third Monday, in the back of your packet, there's the graphics, and there's also the numbers to support that. And what we've been doing, Rick Sharp is one that's managing that program for us, he volunteers and does that. and does a great job with it, but the numbers are all there. We've got about 250 people last Friday there, and you'll see the breakdown, Adamville, Bethel Springs, Enville, Finger guys, the people in Hornsby that are in McNeil County, Mickey, Milledgeville, Pocahontas, Raymer, Selmer, and Stantonville. It's all listed on that chart, but it is a good thing, and you know, if you see somebody and you say, well, that's a new vehicle, and I was telling Keith and some others here tonight, a lot of times, like, if I was telling Keith, his mother, my mother, if they needed it, and we went to pick it up, somebody might say, well, he's driving a new vehicle, but, you know, a lot of times people will go pick it up for somebody that can't go themselves, an elderly person or disabled person, so not necessarily when you see somebody go through that food line as a new vehicle, but we do better people. You know, we make them fill out an application. We have, almost since we started, we have a good place to do it out there. The building that y'all allowed us to build a few years ago when we gave the COVID vaccines, it's doubled as basically a giveaway spot for the food drive so that we can keep the folks in out of the weather to do that, and they drive directly through the building. And we've been fortunate and blessed for the last 5 or 6 years that we've gotten that basically donated to us. It has been donated, and now the money's run out, and I just like I guess what really is so striking, it wouldn't be so bad if all of them hadn't ran out, but everybody's expired at the same time. So there's basically gonna be no food given away in the county, other than the Methodist Church has a few more months left for some money they have left or something, I understand it, but maybe a couple of months. But anyway, I did the math on it, and you have a cost there. The actual invoice that I got for Friday was $511, so I gave an average cost of $522.40 there, and 2 deliveries a month. Basically for 10 weeks, it'd be $5,224. We have some money left in the county, or have some money in the county building fund that we can take it from, and that's what I'm asking you to do. The way this breaks down, if you're looking at that sheet that I put in there, $1.60 to $1.85 per household is what it figures. That basically, you drive through that line, it costs $1.60 to $1.85, and that's depending on what food you get on what week, what they bring and what the delivery is. But anyway, we usually put $200 to $300 worth in a vehicle, is my estimation, when they drive through there. So again, and I appreciate the sheriff, he's sent deputies, not deputies, but trustees, and maybe a deputy too, or jailer, but anyway, we've had a lot of help with making this successful in McNeil County. But I'm asking you to approve that expenditure of $5,224 roughly is what I think it'll take to get through this budget year. Jay said we can't budget anything beyond that.
I'll make a motion.
Mayor, will the routes stay the same as they were before?
But right now, I mean, everything.
If we pass this, will they still have the two times a month?
Yes, there will be 2 times a month. This is for 2 deliveries per month.
Will the delivery locations stay the same? We can keep them the same as they were, one in here, one in Adamville, like they do now?
Well, Adamville was separate than ours. We had 2 here. Adamville has always had 1 too. Ours has been 2.
That one funding ran out for it though too, right?
That's correct. That's right.
We initially thought we would have to pay for transportation, but they're covering that for us, so thankfully, we were initially thinking $10,000, but after the mayor talked to them, we can fund it the rest of this year through July 1 for $5,224. And as a recommendation from the Budget Committee, I'll form that in a motion. We approve that, sir.
Any question or discussion, or second first, I guess. We have a second motion.
To be taken from the
County building fund.
county building fund.
Second.
Second by Willie Tapp. Now, any question or discussion?
Mr. Mayor, what would it cost to go ahead and fund Adamsville's? Also,
About the same, depending on how many they give out, but typically they send you what they want you to have, Brad, so it's gonna be about the same cost if you do. In other words, if they had 1 a month, I don't know what they did over there exactly. Kara came and talked to me Friday, Kara Hill came and talked to me Friday about that. And I asked her, I said, so how many people do y'all serve? And she said, usually less than 100 or around 100. And I said, well, what about safety and what about the space you do that in? And she said, well, if we did more than that, I think it could be a problem, you know, as far as, unless we move locations. And at our location here, we don't have to have any officers or anything to help with that now. You know, in times past we have, but we've kind of got it organized and down now. We can have like 250 people there, double lined on that lot of the old hospital side at one time. But safety's a concern, and Selmer is a central part of the county, but if you want to do something separate from animal, or do animal, that's up to you. But we do have, as you can see from your chart, we do have a lot of animal folks that's been using, you know, the Selmer Drive too, so.
I'd like to add something to that. I spoke to the city manager today, and she said if we move our location, which they're talking about doing, that they could support over 150 people. And the people that they get to help, most of the time the city workers and some of the local police department stuff helps out with that too. I'm just concerned that we'll take that food away from those residents over there. You know, I just want to make sure that if we're going to maintain this program, I'd like to maintain it for, you know, my grandmother's 88 years old. She goes to 2 places, Piggly Wiggly and that food drive, you know, and they're 30 seconds from her house. So I would like to see if we're going to fund this for the next little bit, I mean, we can see about helping them folks out over there that can't afford to drive or can't physically drive that far.
Well, as I said, there's nothing to keep animals from coming to this one. If they want to come, and they do come, you can see from the numbers there, they have been coming. But, and I understand, you know, an 88-year-old, my mother's 88 too, Chad, and she probably wouldn't drive them here to Animal, and that's, you know, the concern. That's what I told Carol Friday about moving one of them. That's what she talked about, was moving one of them to Animal, which we could do that, but again.
And it would only be for just a little while until they got funding again for themselves, but we're not gonna fund it indefinitely according to this, correct?
Yes.
Just until June 30th. So after that, it's more likely to go back to normal once they got their federal funding.
We hope so.
squared away.
We hope
So
so.
in the meantime, we could take one of those and move it over there.
Yeah, but if we did that, then the folks in Pocahontas and folks in Finger would drive
Well,
40,
I mean, I
45
understand people
minutes.
might have to make some
Get
sort of
there.
sacrifice, but.
Plus, if you go out to 250, you know, we couldn't support it there. But if this board wants to do something on animals too.
Just my thoughts on it, Chad and Brad. Yeah, get with whoever is over that in Adamsville, and if they want to provide an extra 100 meals over what we're doing, bring it to the budget committee and send it to the mayor's office, and we can approve it just as we did this in next month's meeting. That's just my thoughts on it.
If we can get word out to them, this month, to give us time to understand the next month, I think that's probably the best option now, this late in the game. I'm not disagreeing with it at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of elderly people. I mean, it's the second highest populated area in the county. So I mean, there's a lot of elderly people who depend on it over there, so.
Yeah, I agree.
You have a motion on the floor?
Yes, sir. Motion seconds.
Any more discussion or question maybe I could answer?
Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
That concludes the budget committee, Mr. Mayor.
All right. I know the Ag Committee met. I don't see anything else, Mark, I'll be thinking about that if we need another meeting. The Ag Committee met.
All right, the Ag Committee met, and Mr. Whitash, he gave us an update about the things he'd like to see, how the rodeo went. We talked a lot about the covered area that we've got the grant money to add behind the arena, give more of a covered area to be able to put the livestock and pens and things. One of the goals we've got in the engineering drawing stuff, get started on that. Then we had a list of sponsors going back to the arena, and then the schedule, which is all in your packet. Then Mr. Hunt made a motion to create an advisory subcommittee to help advise the director to, in the future, with events that pertain to that arena, and just trying to get a group of people that had backgrounds in horses, cattle sales, things like that. And there's a list in there, which is kind of a first cut, but nothing will be decided on that till our next meeting. It's probably may change some. Just initial, throw some names out to see if anybody wants about putting people on there, but they will be advised, and the director of center, the agent kind of explains all that, and we'll discuss at the next meeting. But until then, it's pretty much, it's mostly discussions about future plans and things we need to do, try to make it more successful, get more agricultural events.
Well, I think that subcommittee will be advising the Ag Event Center Committee.
Right.
Yeah.
All of it together.
Right.
But what the committee will be doing most of the, will be handling all of the decisions about the monetary, about commission, about any construction work, as far as their grants, as far as adding the sheds and horse stalls and other things up there. They will just be operational and ensure that the folks, whatever's coming, that they have a good idea of what they need for that event, to make sure, even come down and say, we're going to purchase panels or pins, that they will advise we got enough of the right kind, or maybe need to change it up a little bit, make sure we're getting the right stuff. Got anything to say? Is your idea?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, anything else?
Excuse me.
Yes, I have one more.
Sorry.
One more item, I forgot on the budget committee. We agreed to move $15,000 from line 513, which is work comp, in the sheriff's department, to line 355, which is travel, and this is for our fallen officer, Mr. Rick Fanning, for his family to travel to Washington. They have an event every year to honor all the families of fallen officers and soldiers around the country. We look at a maximum, no more than $15,000. It would be his wife and 2 children. And there was one more, was it?
There's an escort officer and then the command staff from the sheriff's office. We don't think we're gonna spend this much money. We just gotta make sure that we had enough to make the reservations.
The money is in the work comp. Yeah, from the work comp line item.
There's no new money.
The budget committee recommended that be moved to be used for that purpose. That is a motion.
Second.
Motion been Jay and second, Chance Elton. Motion is to move $15,000 from the workman's comp budget line item so that they can travel, the family can travel to Washington for a presentation in Washington DC. Hopefully the president will see. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all. It's been 60 years almost to the day since we've lost an officer in McNairy County, and for y'all to do this for the family will mean a whole lot. And we hope it's 60 more years before you ever have to do it again. It's not going to be an every year deal. This is a once in a lifetime deal, and like the mayor said, there's a chance that the family will even meet the president. And it is a very big event. There's a big Tennessee event just for Tennessee officers, but there's a national event too, so it's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Pam, did I cut you off?
Yeah, I want to go back to this ag subcommittee. The names that's on here, I think have a conflict of interest, some of them. So those people that are on this subcommittee need to be from outside of this governing body, but maybe have some knowledge about the ag center itself or whatever. But there's 4 names on here that I think don't need to be on there.
That is a rough copy.
That's not set in stone.
Okay.
We can have no discussion.
Thank you.
All right. Next item on the agenda is Zach Fajardo, President of McNairy County Economic Development Foundation. Is anybody here representing him or him
I'm here.
here?
I got some on up here.
I have some paper for you guys. Pass one around for each of you. That one for each of you. Pass it down, and then some for you guys right here. Pass them across.
As y'all can tell, I'm not Zach. My name is Maggie, and I'm filling in for him. He unexpectedly had to go out of town. So I'm here on behalf of the McNary Economic Development Foundation, and I have been a small business owner in Selmer for the past 5 years, so this foundation is very special to me, and I hope that I can represent us well. But we are a privately funded organization dedicated to the revitalization and growth of downtown Selmer. Our goal is economic development. Hopefully we're going to bring new opportunities and businesses and community vibrancy to the downtown Selmer area. Downtown Selmer is just our initial starting place. Hopefully we hope to branch out from that, but we had to pick an area to start, and that is where we chose to start. So our goal is essentially to help transform Selmer's downtown, and we hope to create a thriving, sustainable area that attracts businesses, jobs, and investment opportunities. We're committed to hopefully a long-term positive impact with this. So some key points to this message today is we are privately funded. This has cost taxpayers $0. We are not here asking you guys for money. We are simply here letting you know who's kind of on our board, what we do, what we have to offer, and hopefully we can work together on future projects. So our board is comprised of Zach Conjardo, he is president. My name is Maggie Inman, I'm vice president. Braden Rickman is secretary. Our board members also include John Bowers, Brenda Cawley, Linda Ham, and Ed Huggins. We all come from diverse backgrounds, so we all have different insights to hopefully make this committee be a driving force for our community. So also, this is not replacing any organization that's already been developed or created. We're a whole new entity that we're not taking place of anyone else. So that is an important concept as well. So over the last 6 to 12 months, we've been working with a experienced consultant firm out of Nashville, and so that's exciting. They are going to work with us on creating a comprehensive development plan. They also assist in grant funding and hopefully guide us in implementation of all of our processes and plans. So the other main reason we are here is because they will be coming to Selmer over in the next couple of months. They haven't set a set date. So they will actually set camp here for about a week, and they're going to have multiple public meetings. So that's something to keep an eye out for those dates. The public meetings, we hope that all of you can come. The more insights, visions, opinions that they receive, the better. So this is open meetings as far as those go, and they're really, going to be hopefully receptive to people's ideas and opinions, and we will get you all those dates as soon as we have them. But we hope that this is a resounding success for Selmer. So we know that in the future we are going to need city and county approval on most of these projects. So we hope to really work alongside you guys and create a good, long-lasting relationship that, goes smoothly, and hopefully everything we can make it go smoothly with everything we're trying to work on. We are working on a common goal, so we are just fostering sustainable economic growth for our community. So that is our goal. We're excited to be part of Selmer's future. So, and like I said, this is just an introduction. This is all just in the beginning phases. If you have any questions at all, I have included an email at the bottom of all of your guys' packets, so that is going to be a good place to direct any questions or any concerns. And also, like I said, we will be getting you guys the dates. So, thank you very much for having me tonight. I appreciate y'all.
The next item on the agenda is Parks and Rec Director Haley Stanfield. I'm going to ask her if she would to speak to the group first.
Good evening, Commissioners. My My name is Haley Stanfield, and I did not grow up here. I actually grew up in East Tennessee, but we now call McNairy County home with my husband Tyler of 10 years and our 4 little children. I'm here to ask for your support for the position of the Parks and Rec Director, which is housed at the Ag Center. Attached in your packet, you should have my resume and my cover letter. I believe that I possess the leadership and skills to promote collaborative practices between the mayor, commissioners, and the community, and all the different ag committees and centers that we have in McNairy County that will allow our county and allow us together to utilize and grow. The truth is, we have an ag center. Every day that somebody is not at that ag center, but fixing relationships or going out and recruiting people to come here and use that ag center is a day that's wasting our taxpayers' dollar. That's just a fact. No matter which side you're on, it needs to be utilized. It's here. It's not getting bulldozed down. I want to hit the ground running. I've already tried to start making relationships and kind of doing that, and I hope to continue doing that alongside you guys. I hope to utilize all the minds in our community for equestrian, livestock, agriculture, and philanthropic communities so that we can use this building, because I do think it has a lot of untapped potential that will bring people in and also help in our own community and county. I know there's a lot of politics surrounding this thing. That's no secret to anybody in this room, anybody watching the live, anybody in this county. But that's not me. I'm not a political person. If I was, I'd be running for one of you guys' spots. I'm taking this job without political gain. No strings attached for me here. Instead, it's a hope to work alongside the mayor, the commissioners, the community, everybody in this crowd, and do that with integrity and loyalty to this county, which again, we call home. I have an open door policy. I have an open phone line policy. If you know me, you know this phone doesn't stop ringing in my job now and always. I want to sit down with each and every single one of you guys. Let's come up with a 3-year plan, a 6-month plan, a 12-month plan. Let's create a future for this building together, because if we're not together, it's just that. It's an empty building sitting there. My phone number, my email's in that packet. Pretty easy to locate. If you'd rather talk to me face to face, like I said, I have an open door policy. I'd be happy to talk to anybody or answer any questions. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions of her?
Thank you.
Thank you. And entertain a motion to approve Eddie Stanfield for Parks and Rec.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Adam Thomas, second by Rex Davis. Any question or discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
we do have an understanding of the Howard.
Do what, man?
Do we have an understanding of the Howard?
We do, I think.
She works for you,
Yeah.
Randy works under her.
Yeah. As I told you today, Randy and Will, and she's been out there and had several discussions with all those folks. They understand the role, and they understand, you know, they're gonna be working under her, and she will be the lead person out there. All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor.
Can we get a copy of the funding, this position, what's expected, the duties and all that? Can we get a copy of that?
Sure, yes, sir. It's the same job description we've had and the same funding. I think it's 56,470 is what it is at right now.
Again, I'd like to have a copy of it,
I'll send it to you.
and I thank everybody here
Yeah.
that's gonna vote for the positions. Haley's a wonderful person, I know. It's not nothing that, it's just a position. It's been a couple of years and 2 other directors ago since we've got a copy of it. So I'd like to have a copy of it and a copy of what's expected,
Sure, I'll send it to you.
job description and all that stuff. How many comp hours, whatever.
Yeah, it hadn't changed in your kind of policy defines all that too, but, yes. All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Any other discussion? Will you call the roll, Mr. Clerk?
Clay Garner,
Yes.
Aubrey Harris,
Yes.
David McCullough,
Yes.
Chad Belton,
Yes.
Terry McCormick,
Yes.
Ryan Sith,
Yeah.
Pamela Carroll,
Yes.
Tricia Underwood,
Yes.
Keith Jernigan,
Yes.
Jay Weatherford,
Yes.
Adam Tull,
Yes.
Brenda Cawley,
Yes.
Jimmy Ray,
Yes.
Rex Davis,
Yes.
Jeff Kelly,
Yes.
Nikki Moore,
Yes.
Brad Hunt,
Yes.
Doug Knight,
Yes.
Willie Tapp.
Yes.
19 positive. Can't do much better than that tonight. Congratulations, Haley. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Already covered the Mid-South Food Bank funding, and we received Friday this resolution, and it's a partnership really with Southwest HRA for some housing funding.
We have 20 here tonight, and we have 19 votes.
We have 19 votes.
We got 20 people.
I would say.
I think you have
You need to vote tonight. You need to vote.
And call Mr. Hill.
Yes. Sorry about that, we got 20 votes then. Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Hill.
Yes, he put you on the list, buddy. Next time it'll be all better, we'll know who you are. Anyway, you have a THDA housing grant. It's for $500,000. There's no match on it. Southwest HRA plans to administer the grant and take care of all the paperwork and so on. And basically, they'll do renovations to some housing for some of the people that we've been talking about trying to feed in the county that really need help. We still have a lot of people that, we serviced a lot of people with our long-term recovery group. Actually built 2 or 3 new houses for them. But we still have a lot of needs there from even that yet. But, and as Mike and I was talking the other day, I'm not sure we can't do some of that with this to help some of those people get made whole yet. But anyway, it's a $500,000, $500,000 grant, 0 match. And this is a resolution basically authorizing us to apply for it.
To apply for it.
Yes.
Second.
Motion by Jimmy Ray, a second by Rex Davis.
Auburn Rec.
Okay, I'll put over there. All right, any question or discussion? It's 25-002 is the resolution number on this resolution. Everyone in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carried. All right, you have in your packet report for the county officers there. You got any questions about those? Be glad to try to answer them. If you look at them tonight, and have any questions, you're welcome to call my office or come by. We'll be happy to answer those too. And you have also a copy of the trial balances and so on there. And so, is there any public comments at this time?
There's been a lot of information being circulated around, and I'm under the impression that McNair County has an ethics committee, but we never hear of a meeting.
What committee?
The ethics committee. Many concerns have been brought to people's attention in this county, and I was just wondering if the ethics committee is actually in place and active. Sure. Okay. Do we know when they're going to meet again and when the public will be allowed to participate in that meeting?
They haven't met since I've been elected, Craig. Do you have any, you want to speak to that? We have a meeting anytime we need one, but
There's a lot of information floating around, a lot of concerns, and I feel like the commission should be, they need to know what's on the table.
Well, yeah, I mean, what,
Well, there's concerns with what our comptroller reports are reporting. There's concerns about all the negative balances in our budgets. There's concerns about what's going on at the Ag Event Center, Parks and Rec. There's several things going on in this county that the public does know about. And we would like to feel like we would have an opportunity to address those.
that's what this is for. You'd have to have, normally with an ethics complaint, you need to state a case. You know, what you're saying is what you have in public forum, you just said. If you have concerns, bring it up here.
We've been bringing it up and they feel like they're being watched.
If you'll get me a list of your financial information you want, I'll be happy to ask Patricia
I'm not
to.
asking for the financial information.
Well, you're asking about negative balances, and I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any idea. I mean, the budget, I'm not gonna say there isn't something that's negative in the budget, because typically there is, but as far as negative balances, you know, we generally don't run with a negative balance, but if you'll get me that information, I'll be more than happy to try to answer that for you. As Rex said, that's,
Well, one of the things that got my attention was that back in 2007, there was a resolution signed by former Mayor Jay Templeton and our County Clerk Ronnie Price. That was resolution number 010807 to adopt a code of ethics for the officials and employees of McNairy County government. And I've been back in this county since 2018, and I've never heard a public meeting posted.
Well,
The ethics committee, basically, when an ethics complaint's filed, then that committee will meet to deal with that. Until an ethics complaint's filed, there's really nothing for the committee to meet about. And I'm not aware of the ethics committee. I've been representing the board for, 25 years, I guess now. But as far as I know, never an ethics complaint's been brought forward. But if a complaint's brought forward, there will be a committee scheduled, just like everything else.
Who would we submit those written concerns for to?
Well, typically it'd be the mayor. I guess if the mayor's a concern, then you submit it to, I suppose, you submit it to me or clerk
We
or
give it to
anybody.
you or to any commissioner?
Well, probably Ross or myself, I would suggest.
Oh, thank you for that clarification.
all right. No,
Hey, Mayor.
yes, sir.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I like to come up here because, Nick think he a leader. Real quick, I ain't mean to take up none of y'all time or anything like that, but for y'all, I'm Nicky Atkins. Y'all know who I am. I'm Nicky Atkins. Only thing I'm asking for on behalf of the African American community, just like I was looking at the board, okay? We're not making this about a race issue or anything like that. It's just bringing light to the situation. What I would like to see you do, if y'all don't mind, just like the committee that y'all have with the Ag Center, right? And I noticed y'all had 8 people who y'all recommended that was on there. I would solely ask that y'all would recommend at least 2 African Americans that would be on that board. Because there's 6.1% African American in this whole county, if y'all don't know that. 6.1, that's all it is. Out of 6.1, you only have about 3% African American that actually vote in the county. That's bad, that's awful. But it is, I've done the numbers, I looked, as I ran before myself. McNairy County is my home, I've been here since '95. But one thing I've learned and I've seen here, just from me seeing, it is very hard, okay? It's very hard for an African American to be able to win anything in the county. I'm just being honest. If you look up here, you see the county commissioners, y'all see y'all there, you don't see not one African American up here. They're not going to run because they feel like they don't have a fair shake. You do see it in the city because it's not that many that come out and vote. But most of your African American lives in the projects, they live in the lower income homes, okay? So they go out and they beat on the doors, and that's how you get African American out to vote in the small area. But when you're looking in the actual county, which goes out broad, it's hard and it gets depressed. I'm talking about it beats you down because we feel like we don't have a voice. And I know we do because I went to school, most of the ones that's in here, and also the older, I've had conversations with y'all. I know your heart. But also there is some race that plays in effect. Let's just be honest. That's just the way it is. And so much I fought back and forth with, I said, listen, and I've talked to a lot of us, it's time out for Republican and Democrat. It's not about Jesus Christ. It's about God. It's about coming together as one. Because at the end of the day, when we go to heaven, God's not looking at a Democrat. He's not looking at a Republican. He's looking at your heart. And all I'm saying, guys, is that it's got to be some kind of diversity, some type of fairness, so we all can feel like we're a part of something, you know? And all I'm asking for is fairness. I'm asking that y'all just take it, not me, I don't want to be on the board. I got too much stuff going on as it is. But all I'm saying is just take the notion and look, there is some successful African Americans, I promise you, in McNairy County that deserve to be on a board. Whether it be ethics committee, whether it be the ag center, something. And I'm just saying, please take into consideration of just looking and helping us out, because we can't do it by ourselves. But also, when the politicians come and knocking on the doors, guess what? They still want the African American community to come out and vote. So if we're able to vote for you, at least put us on something. Whether it be one or two, just make us feel like we're a part of something. So I just ask on tonight, before y'all completely do what you're gonna do, if you gotta add to make it 10 or whatever, just make the playing field fair. That's all I'm asking.
Thank you, Nick. All right, for notaries tonight, we have one, Brad Lee
Excuse me,
Howell.
I'm sorry, I do have something to ask also. I'm Jessica Huff, I'm Executive Director for McNairy County Chamber of Commerce and Tourism. I have had some calls from businesses from around the county, and they are watching the films and some are attending the meetings. But the question is what is the grant for the arena that's $3+ million, and what are the matching funds on that? What's the actual name to the grant?
LPRF grant.
And the matching funds, are they 80-20 or are they 50-50?
It's a 50-50 match, but you can use the property and, well, for instance, the hard surface panels were matched at 100%, and until that's expired, they will be matching everything at 100%. But you can use some of the in-kind labor, volunteer labor, as well as property value. So it's a 50-50 match grant, but again, it will be less than 50-50 depending on how much they allow us to use for the match. But
Okay,
it
and the
is
timeline on this grant?
3 years.
3 years. And when does it start?
It's already started. We've already got the hard surface panels and the ice skating panels. They've already been ordered and they're in the JC building up there.
What's the name of the grant we're talking about?
It's LPRF, Local Parks and Rec Grant. It's the same one that we had to, well, I gave y'all all the information on the grant. You'll have a copy of the contract and everything else. You have every piece of it.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, notaries, you have one, Brad Lee Howell.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderman, second by Willie Tapp to approve the notaries as presented. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, everyone in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? The motion carries.
Mayor, when's the next Ag Event Center committee meeting?
We don't have one scheduled yet. We'll try to get one scheduled based off of the meeting tonight.
Oh, at the last meeting, we said it would be within 30 days of the last meeting.
We'll try to get one set up. Keith, I need to look at my calendar and see what's going on.
I'd like to go ahead and call a emergency services committee meeting for next Tuesday night.
I think I'll be out of town. I'll look at my calendar, but I'm pretty sure I'll be in Nashville.
What other night would you be available?
Do what?
What other night would you be
I'll have
available?
to get my calendar out and look tomorrow. I'll look tomorrow. We'll set one more. I'll look tomorrow.
So next week, we need to have an emergency services committee meeting.
I'll do my best we can get there. All right, anything else?
Vote adjourned.
All right, thank y'all.